over my dead body. And I sprayed my AK-47 with my little baby trigger finger. And I lay every one of them down. Now listen, when I get back to Bulgaria, because I wiped all of them out, I exterminated them like they were trying to do to my people. I get back to Bulgaria. I have the most special treat because I told my father I was coming back. I told him by telegram, and I tell him I'm coming back. Please do something special for me. Not only that, it's my 3rd birthday. I come back to the country. They have imported all the way from the United States. I'm not sure if you know. Caramel ice cream cake. Yes, and I enjoy. And I get the first piece this big, almost 2 pints. Almost 2 pints of ice cream, almost 1 liter of vanilla cake. That is the best kind of cake I've ever had in my life. I will die for this country. I went back that same night after partying because they gave me some sour apple juice. I go back to Romania. I get to the shores again. They must have picked me up on this PSG. I hit the land. Once I arrive, I decided I'm not going to take 1 AK-47. I'm going to take twice. I bring out twice, and I use my baby trigger finger.
No, Boris.
Yes, on both of my 4 fingers, and I spray these commie bastards down. But right on the beach where they snap and turtle take my privates.
It's okay, Boris. It's okay.
I'm not
I
really.
understand.
It's too emotional. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay, Boris. I appreciate your time. I really do. That was a very, very interesting story, and it really plays back to some of the stories you told me as a slightly older boy when we were on the USS Bulgaria under the Caspian Sea. I too, as a young boy in our homeland of Bulgaria.
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 It's plural.
It's been so long since I've
plural.
heard it said that.
It's plural.
And yes, I also know many sadness. When I was about 5, my brother was 3, and my parents had gotten me bicycle for cheap. They had bought it somewhere in Russia near Chernobyl. I don't know. Anyways, I was riding around the local square, and one of the other neighborhood boys waited until I went into the store. He took my bicycle while I was getting the Swedish fish, you know.
The Swedish fish.
Yes,
the
yes.
one that we import out now.
Yes, the red candy.
Export.
Yes,
now.
yes. And the thing was, I never found bicycle until 2 years later. I was 7. Little Porosky down the street, that's his last name. It was Edwarsky Porosky. I don't know where the name came from, but that was it. And I waited until
I'm not
he was
judging
inside.
him because of his name, because that's definitely not Bulgarian.
You see, I don't know, but
Maybe some Spanish.
his
name,
mom was
maybe get around like the pox of 2.
was lately round block. But what happened was I took bicycle back for a second, and I implanted in seat several roofing nails from underside. Little Porosky never rode bicycle again. To this day I say, how is tricycle? Riding bicycle, you see? And sadness was returned to happiness after that.
I understand.
I'm glad.
I am definitely glad because you learned from when we used to go to pray in church. And it says, you taken my oxen, it will bring back much pain to your family.
It was many good times.
And this is what I like. Because the one thing that I don't like is when you have this diversion and not diversion, you have this where the people are segregation
Ah, yes,
because of people have more billy goats than we heard it.
yes.
And they become to the point where they try to hold their nose higher.
Ah,
One day, I see this little boy in my school, and I decided I'm going to give him something maybe happy for him to get my I'll be back.
Arnold, I like. Yes,
Yes,
very much.
Very much. He's a very,
Oh.
very successful guy. And, well, Klaus does not like me to talk about him too much because he
Yes.
knows I have a little thing for him.
But
And
you remember, Klaus is trying to look like Arnold. Funny man.
that is true.
I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about Klaus like that.
It's okay. It kind of hurts a little, but
I understand.
we will
I
move
understand.
forward
We
and
will.
progress.
As we have. And by the way,
Yes, please.
I'm very proud of you both. Again, very, very progressive, beautiful.
We've been through a lot of things, and we become understanding of one another.
Tell me one thing,
Please.
Boris. Where did you meet Klaus again? Was it when we were on the boat? I mean, I'm sure you met him, but when did it really start you hanging out together?
Well, it was one night when we all had a couple of pints of beer, and we were still getting ready to board this USS Bulgarian. And I looked at him and I saw a twinkle in his eyes, and I say, this is maybe not that bad. You know how they feel about this in Bulgaria. They're really, really hard on this, and I learned that I have to make my own decisions. Because when you come from Bulgaria, this is not acceptable, but I needed work. I'm taking off from Bulgaria to live into a better country. That's why I migrated to America.
And now Obama has made legal the relationship of these.
Yes, and this is true. And this is why I am very happy because when I get to this country, Klaus proposed to me. And he
Wow.
gave me this.
That is beautiful ring.
Please show.
It is beautiful ring there.
It's
I
very,
can
very
see. There we go.
beautiful.
Yes,
There
pretty.
you
Yes.
see those diamonds. Now, here's the funny thing, because we don't like to interact with many people
I understand.
outside of Bulgaria. But we come to this country and we say, where do we get most of these diamonds? Because my ring is very beautiful.
It is.
And Klaus bought it for me. 35 rupees.
As we have made much money from shipping of the live billy goats and the radiation suits, the of course,
The Bulgarian.
the wooden wagon wheels.
Yes, and the Bulgarian. What is it, Bulgaria? Where did we get this caviar?
The caviar, yes, yes. Oh, very nice, by the way. Have you tried?
I try, and I'm not really liking it because it tastes something like these women's
Don't
that are not
tell-
clean.
Don't tell, advertise. Just just.
But this women's, they're not clean. It's kind of fishy.
Yes, I know.
So that's why I'm not really liking this.
Fair enough.
Maybe that's why I chose to go to the other side because I'm not liking this fishy smell. And there's something about this Monostat 7 that gave my woman, my first wife when I had little Natasha, this smell from this phyllo dough that she has down in her privates, not smelling too well, and I decide maybe I pick up while I'm at the grocery in town. I decided when I'm going to pick up my plums and my tomatoes, I'm going to buy this 7 of Monostat. I give this to her, I'm not sure if she read directions correctly and properly, because it actually smells worse. Now it smells like this fish market. You know, when we used to go to Bulgaria and we used to.
I remember the
when
fresh
we
market.
The
Yes.
fresh market.
Yes, after
Remember.
even when we went ice fishing, the
Yes.
whole car, the Lada would smell the same way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you remember when we took those 47 sheepheads fish and we took it to the market?
I do.
We got 75 rupees for this.
It was incredible.
And I'm still living off of that money because I took that money and that's how we were able to open.
Invest in the logistics company. Very, very, good. Very resourceful of
Very
you,
good.
Boris. I like
Very
it.
good. So listen, Adi, the one thing I want you to do, I'm not sure if you would feel comfortable because I know your family is Protestant, Catholic, and Jew. And they're not too happy with us in Klaus's relationship. But you've been one of the deepest friends that I've ever had since we left Bulgaria. I used to have my friend Hans. He was German and Bulgarian, so they decided to name him Hans Bulgarian. Anyway, I would like for you to be the honors of my best at my wedding with Klaus.
I would be honored, Boris.
Oh, this
Absolutely honored.
I did not know that you would be approving.
I have been deep friends, like you said, for many years. Ever since we were in the army and the navy together. On our exploits throughout countries all over the world. Sharing MREs that look like bacon. Remember?
I
and
remember.
as
The
it
first
turns
one
out,
that
oh, the meaning of sirens.
Oh, this is why I'm.
Is this Sergei?
Oh no, maybe Sergei can find you.
We must go.